Charlotte Chandler is known for her Hollywood biographies. She's written about Alfred Hitchcock, Bette Davis, and Ingrid Bergman, just to name a few. Now her new book, Not the Girl Next Door, brings a fresh look at the struggles and triumphs throughout the life of Joan Crawford. Joining us now is Hollywood insider and author Charlotte Chandler. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here with you.
And I'm very honored to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Joan Crawford, where do we begin? Why Joan Crawford, and why did it take so long to write the book?
Well, actually, when I met Joan Crawford, I wasn't a writer. I was just in high school, actually.
Of course you were.
Yeah. And I didn't write about it for a long time because there were sort of other books that came. And I met Groucho Marx, who became my first book, called Hello, I Must Be Going. But I did find the material with Joan Crawford so intriguing and interesting. A publicist friend of hers introduced me, named John Springer, in New York. And he said that I was going to write a book about her. But of course, I didn't really feel I was going to write a book, but I decided right then I was writing a chapter. And she took me very seriously and accepted that it was going to be a book.
And she must have been comfortable with you.
She was very comfortable, but she was comfortable with people. She was a very open person, and she trusted people, and she really loved and trusted John Springer, who was her friend. And he said I was okay, and that did it for her. And we met in a restaurant, we met in her apartment. We had a lot of wonderful meetings in which she was very open and confided a lot about her life. And then later, I met George Cukor, the Hollywood director, and he had wonderful things to say about her. You know, he said something that really caught my fancy. He said that she loved her crew and everyone who worked there at the studio so much, and she worried about them. She knew their names, their families. And what she did was, as soon as she could afford a little bit of money, she took a hospital room and kept it and paid for it, and found a doctor, her doctor, who did the things free for the people. And they had a free hospital room. They never knew that Joan Crawford was paying for it. And that was her anonymous charity. And George Cukor said to me, he'd sworn he would never tell, but he said after she died, he thought he could tell, and she eventually took 2 rooms. And I thought that characterized a very fine spirit, and it impressed me a lot.
It sounds like she's an incredible woman, but I want to get back to something you said, because you're tossing all these famous names around, and you've done quite a few books. Bette Davis, Groucho Marx, that's a big range. So my question is, how do you earn their trust? Or do you always write books that are positive spins on the actors?
Well, actually, I write positive books because I choose the people. I choose among the people who will do it with me and whom I want to do. And if I didn't admire their work and I didn't like them at all, I couldn't write a whole book because it takes too long and there's too much involved. She wanted so much to have a family.
Right.
And I saw on the monitor the family that she has now in Florida. And I thought how she would have loved it to see Cathy there, to see Cathy's daughter, Carla, who is her granddaughter, and who's on the last page of my book and was the end of the Vanity Fair article, when she's sliding on the floor. And her grandmother says, don't stop them, I've mellowed.
You've really done your homework, and you've done all these books on these wonderful past icons. So I can't help but ask, would you do a book on a contemporary actress or actor?
Yes, of course. The only thing would be, I would like the person to have a bit of a body of work, because I've enjoyed that all of these people have done a lot of great things. So I think it would be necessary to have some body of work behind them, but not their entire body of work. I did some very interesting interviews with Nicole Kidman. They're very good. And no reason why a person can't be young and intelligent and perceptive and have a lot of good ideas. It isn't the age that makes the difference, it's the intelligence and the feeling and the sensitivity and wanting to do something in the world.
All right, and on that note, that's all the time we have right now. We have to take a short break. We'll be right back, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I expect to see that new book, that contemporary book on or maybe Nicole Kidman.
One of the first copies goes to you.
Thank you. I'm Lois K. Hall in New York. We've been talking about the life of Joan Crawford, and joining us now is Joan Crawford's daughter, Cathy Crawford LaLonde, as well as Joan's granddaughter, Carla LaLonde, and great-granddaughter, Olivia LaLonde. You're the daughter of Joan Crawford. And Joan Crawford was a super icon, a glamorous movie star. I just adored her. And one day she decides she's going to adopt 4 children. You're one of 2 twins.
Right.
At what point did you realize you were the daughter of Joan Crawford, that she was a movie star? Could you share that story with us?
Oh, you know, I don't think that it really ever really dawned on me. I knew she was famous, but she was such a person, she was such a mother, that I never really thought about it. You know,
There wasn't a time where one day you realized she was a movie star? That you woke up and...
No, I think it was other people's reactions towards me when they found out.
Does Carla have any memories of her grandmother?
I have many memories.
And how old were you, Carla, when your grandmother passed away?
I was 6 years old when she died.
And you have memories?
Many memories,
so
yes.
Share one with us.
Well, she used to get a whole chicken for my brother and I to eat. And we'd sit there and we'd pick at the chicken and we'd dip it in mayonnaise. And she, I can remember her walking around the table and making sure that we had everything we needed. And another memory is walking into her apartment. They had, she had this floor. It was, to me, it was almost a granite. My memory is a granite floor, and we'd take our shoes off and we'd go sliding on the floor. And she was just so happy when we were there, and she loved to let us run and have fun, and she was a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Let me ask you, you and your sister Christine were raised in the same household, and to have completely different perceptions about this woman, that's got to be very painful for you.
Yes, it is, but you know what? I don't dwell on it anymore. I don't think about it. I think about my life with her and what she had done for me growing up. And she was just very generous, very loving, and very nurturing.
And you're passing on the good memories to your great-granddaughter and her granddaughter.
And Olivia, yes. Lots of times. So
you did know she was a movie star then, despite my first question.
Well, yes, but still, I mean, she'd get up and go to work, it was just, it was, I don't know, it's just hard to explain.
It was just a regular day in the life of Joan Crawford.
Yeah, or the day in the life of my mother.
Yeah. Can you finish the statement for me? Finish the statement for me. My mother was... How would you describe her? My mother was what?
Oh, God. Oh, she was just wonderful. She was very kind, though she was strict, but she was, all parents are to a certain degree, but that's how we teach our children. And she was just a very loving, caring person, and I miss her every day.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you all for joining us at ABC, and really I can't help but I think your grandmother, mother, great-grandmother is watching over you, and you're exactly what she would have hoped for.
We know that in our hearts.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much. We reached out to Christina Crawford for an interview, but she declined at this time. She will be re-releasing a 30th anniversary edition of her autobiography, Mummy Dearest. She said, quote, "The reason I make sure that the book, Mummy Dearest, is available is because each generation has access to the film, but the book is the real account, an authentic account, and very different." That's all the time we have for today. Thanks again to our guests, Charlotte Chandler, Cathy Crawford LaLonde, as well as Carla and Olivia LaLonde. And just remember, you can talk back to the newsmakers about this show or other women's issues exclusively on ABC News Now. Just go to any story on abcnews.com to find out how. I'm Lois K. Hall in New York. Thanks for watching.
This video is brought to you by The Concluding Chapter of Crawford, a comprehensive research guide to Joan Crawford. www.theconcludingchapterofcrawford.com. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.